Welcome to Good Morning Anambra program this morning. My name is Ijoma Uche. We've given you the breakfast news. It's time for us to bring press review. In press review, we read out headlines of stories from different newspapers, national papers, and then you go out there to pick any paper of your choice and get details of the stories you've heard here. Okay? By the way, my name is Ijoma Uche. Do stand by. Okay, welcome again. Joining me this morning to look at the pages of the newspapers today is Comrade Ken Okoli. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Dalo. Thank you.
Yes, let's get started from our website to find out what's trending. The first story from our website this morning said World Road Safety Day, FRSC warns against overloading, overspeeding, and dangerous overtakings. And then Ocha Brigade Atma impound vehicles for illegal parking in Onitsha. Anambra State Local Government Service Commission appoints visually impaired staff head of administration. And then rape. Court demands doctor's report to decide bail application. Okay, these and many more are the stories you find from our website this morning, www.absradiotv.com. Okay, Ken, let's get talking.
Okay.
And let's start from the first story about our roads overloading, overspeeding, and dangerous overtakings, which has always been the norm or the problem that we face in our highways. And now road safety is reminding us that this ought not to be, so that we'll have a good motoring system.
Yeah, you know, World Road Safety Day, I think it's a day to remind us that the need for us to observe traffic rules while engaging ourselves in traffic. For motorists, pedestrians, and road users, should be aware of the need to be conscious while using the road, because safety is number one, and if you neglect it, it's at you're at your own peril. So an avenue for the agencies who are in charge of road maintenance, road use, rather, there's a time for them to also make the noise about it, so that we will not lose focus.
Okay, thank you very much. So talking about road and movement on the roads, the road safety will tell you don't pick calls while driving. And then when you park by any side of the road to pick your calls, Ocha Brigade or Atma will impound your vehicle. That's our second story this morning. Ocha Brigade's Atma impound vehicles for illegal parking in Onitsha. So you be termed illegal. You try to tell them, it has happened to me anyway. I try to tell them, I just parked to pick my call. Or do you want me to be answering call while driving? They won't even listen to you. So how do we relate this to?
You know, when you park your vehicle while you're in the vehicle and your vehicle is on, or maybe not on, that you answer the call, if any of the be it Atma or Ocha Brigade official meets you, all you need to do is just explain that you're answering your call, and instead of you still on the wheelchair, on the wheel driving, that you are, that's why you stopped to answer call. At least they will understand that. But what is not ideal is when you are driving and you're answering call. It's not cool. And I like what is happening on Onitsha today, that that traffic that is used to be there is no longer there. Last time I went to Onitsha, it was something good. And I appreciate the members of the ATMA, the Ocha Brigade, especially ATMA, because that's their primary duty, making sure that they decongest the road, so that road users can have easy access and have seamless experience by using the road, because sometimes it's difficult. And also that second Niger bridge that is there also has helped a lot to decongest the traffic that used to be there, because sometimes it's the nightmare plying that route. Seriously, for road users, it's a nightmare. But the second Niger bridge that is there has helped. Also, having a good number of ATMA staff stationed there to ensure that the road users have seamless experience while applying the road is commendable. Very commendable indeed. But we should add human facing what we do. Sure, certainly. Especially to ATMA. I patched my car to pick call, and you asked me, because you just mentioned that, because that was what they told me, but your ignition is off. I said, in this fuel scarcity, that's you need to explain. When I'm buying fuel 8,820 naira, I should leave my ignition on. Why picking call? I don't know how long it's going to last. I've been monitoring you. You have lasted here for a long time answering call. Do you want to tell me how long I'm going to pick call? So let's add human facing what we do. We are human beings. Okay, my engine cannot be on because my fuel is going. So I need to put it off and then pick my call. But I think next time we have to put on that caution light. Which one is caution light? That's caution light. Yes, yes. I have to put it on, because even if the vehicle is not, the engine is not on, that light can also be on. Yes. Okay. I think we need more orientation too. No, we need to orientate those people that are in the job too. It's not just employ people. Exactly. You need to talk to them. Talk to them. Every time to upgrade them in what the job's supposed to be, and then also talk to us. Run a jingle is very important. We don't charge much. Come to ABS Radio on the child or run a jingle. Let people know exactly what you're doing, and then if there's any question, let there be a kind of forum whereby people will talk back at you, tell you that this is like what I'm saying is because I have opportunity to talk. That's why I'm talking. There are so many other people that want to talk because of one experience or the other they've had. So let there be this kind of communication link, so that we all Madukana, you are there working for us and we are there for you. All Madukana Lolo. Okay, Anambra State local government appoints visually impaired staff head of admission in that school. That's cool, a very good one, so that nobody will be left behind. The last story we have is on rape. Court demands doctor's report to decide bail application. And then I know there has been so many cases of rapes these days, and sometimes they deny you. Sometimes people that they rape don't even come up with their issue. But this time around, the court is saying that there should be doctor's reports for them to know exactly if rape really occurred or not. It's very important. Okay. For because of time, we're going to venture into the papers to see what's trending today. The first paper this morning is the Daily Times. And on the front of the Daily Times newspaper, cyber security levy, TUC threatens to shut down nationwide. If what? Okay. And then describes levy as extortion, illogical, coming at a time Nigerians are grappling with high cost of living. Levy provocative, suspended, Dean of Brunu Elders Forum tells Tinubu. Hey gosh. Governors not against new minimum wage is another story coming from the Daily Times. Governors not against new minimum wage, says Nasarawa governor. Are you talking for yourself or talking for all the governors? Because I'm sure some are already kicking against it. Okay, bid for 17 oil blocks, not for politicians but investors. This is coming from a minister. The politicians will implant investors and then buy it from behind of the investors, and it still belongs to them. We know what is going on here, so you can't patronize us with this. Okay, federal government committed to pensioners' welfare. This is coming from Finance Minister. Court affirms ICPC's power to investigate, prosecute Delta government officials. Okay.
Otherwise, I have any other story of interest? No, so let's check the paper. Vanguard newspaper is our next paper. LP, PDP. Okay, let's start it afresh. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. LP, PDP, Rep, Afenifere, kick as Umahi battles Atiku. With so many riders here, Atiku's criticism induced by political calculations. Umahi is saying this. LP asked Tinubu APC to come clean. And then we will ensure adequate funding. This is coming from NAS, adequate funding of the project that people are kicking against. And NAS is saying that they will ensure adequate funding of it. PDP condemns lies surrounding project. And then Afenifere wants project halted. Follow due process. Rep Bamidele Salam tells federal government a whole lot of controversy over that coastal line. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Okay, cyber security levy will further pauperize Nigerians. TUC will be Northern Coalition said that Naira depreciates further as dollar sells to BDC's wobble. Okay, what other story of interest is here? The military withdraws troops from Okwama. At last. Okay, Delhi Independent is our next paper. River crisis gets messier as pro-Fubara speaker emerges. Okay, some writers here say PDP warns pro-Wike lawmakers against creating anarchy. It says impeachments may trigger crisis, derail democracy. Warns APC can't forcefully take over rivers. Alas, IGP. After federal government to write helicopter operators on new $300 landing levy with some riders, operators, query contractors structure, the sick meeting with minister, and then here lament 1,000% rise in airworthiness certificate fee. Okay, any other story of interest coming from here? Okay, let's look at this side. Minimum wage outcome of federal government's committee will shape state's decision. This is coming from Governor Sule. Is it a spokesperson for the governor? Governors. Okay, cyber security levy. Federal government milking a dying economy. This is coming from Obi. A bill to create unemployment benefit schemes. Carl's second reading at Senate. Claim of $150 million bribed by Binance Diversionary Act of Blackmail. This is coming from government, federal government, please. And then court restrains PDP from removing Damagun as acting chairman. Okay, let's start talking. Comrade Ken. Which of the stories will you want to start from?
Where do we see on the independence?
Okay, we started from Delhi Times, where TUC is threatening total shutdown nationwide because of the cyber security levy. And some people will ask, how many, when and how have you been able to shut down the nation? Is it the, what do you call it, the strike you will call for this morning, and then before it is 12 noon, you call it off? Or you, I don't know. Do you see the labor?
My own idea about it is not actually from the side of the labor, but the side of the federal government. You know, I wouldn't want the, you know, this government is yet to mark 1 year in office, and by May 29, it will mark 1 year. So, and we are in May already. Now, let this government not give people the impression that it's all about tax. It's all about taxing people. And we are yet to see the dividend of this administration that is in charge now. Because if you see the price of dollar to Naira, the exchange rate, if you see the price of the fuel as a result of subsidy removal. Now, that to a greater extent these to have a greater extent affected the prices of goods and services in society, especially in the market.
And you're still increasing the tax.
And we are not sure. We do not have hope that these prices will come down. Then putting more tax on the cybersecurity is not the proper time at all. It's not the proper time. The important thing there, I think, this government needs to do is to look at the issue of the rising price of dollar. Because we are mainly consumers. We are not producing enough. That is why the chase for dollar is on the increase. How do we make our economy to be productive? How do we ensure that the higher chase for dollar is reduced? And this will not come from this tax here, tax here, tax here, tax here. It will not come from it. Let more attention be paid on that. And if more attention is paid on that, you see, for example, if the price of dollar comes to 600 naira, you know what it's going to mean. A lot of things we are using today, the prices will crash. You don't need to tell you that the prices will crash. This government should make all the effort to see that the high price of dollar as occasioned by the chase for it is reduced, which is one solution to it. Ensure that we have a productive sector that can enable us reduce the chase for that dollar because of the exchange rate. That's all I think to say about that.
Okay, fine. Let's look at this Lagos Calabar coastal highways and the war that is going on with it. Obi talked that this is a misplaced priority. Umahi accused him of inciting the Southeasterners against the federal government. He just used a very strong words, not minding the consequences. And now Atiku has come in to say that this is also a white elephant subject, that is a personal project of the president because it's going to benefit personally. The attack shifted from Obi to Atiku. And now a whole lot of people has joined by the Labour Party, the PDP, Rep. Afenifere, even Afenifere, that is a cultural organization of the Yoruba nation, is also saying, drop this. This is not what we need now. So how do you see the disposition of Mahi, the Minister for Works?
The question there is that, do you know the cost of that project, the estimate?
$15 trillion.
I think $15 billion.
Trillion naira then.
$15 billion. Oh my God. You see, do we need it now? Should it be something that should be in our priority? For me, the answer is no. It's a very massive project that shouldn't be in our priority now.
That might not even end in this administration.
I'm telling you, it is. You see, oh my God. See, we have so many federal government roads that even the state governments are doing, using their funds to do this project. What stop federal government engage with the state governors to see that how they can take this project as priority and tackle them? Because let me tell you, in every state there are federal roads there. If a governor picks a federal road as a project to embark on, there's one thing you have to take into consideration. One, the state governor will also know that that project has a process and procedure that is laid down that gives him opportunity to do it and have hope that he will be refunded. So if a state governor sees that project as a priority and wants to go into it to do it, what it means is that it is an urgent matter to the state. Another state is making provision for the fund to do it. Then we stop federal government, engage with these state governors, see how they can get this road, prioritize them, make our funds for them. Why going into such a gigantic project that we are not sure that it can be finished or completed within the time frame this government is to be in place? Assuming that this federal government is going to stay for 8 years, will that project be completed? Does it mean that the federal government doesn't have other things that they can do? Come on, we need to really look at this and right, because it's not all about project, but it's about it's about what project that will make impact that is meaningful to the people. That's for me what is needed at this time. Consult the state governors, see that the projects they have that they want to embark on that have to do with the federal government routes, discuss with them and see how we make funds for that, and not this white elephant project worth $15 billion that at the end of the day, you and I, if your government does not finish it, another government that comes in will now start talking about probing the person who did the project, and you see a lot of money will also be made available to do the probe, and the people probing will give us one kind of news, shocking news about how the project was handled. And we also, maybe what time we will come here again and be talking about that one. Is it not funny?
It's very funny. So let's look at what's playing out in Rivers State. River crisis gets messier as pro-Fubara speaker emerges. That's coming from Daily Independent and from the Nation newspaper. Fubara lawmakers feud throws Rivers into turmoil. Already we heard that they have elected their own speaker and a whole lot of things. Who knows what's going to happen in the coming days in Rivers State?
You know, it's a funny thing. Coming from the angle that if we have listened to the Minister of FCT, who happens to be former governor of Rivers State before he exited office as governor of the state, in some of his interviews where he was talking about when someone leaves office, the person should not meddle into the affairs of the person who is in charge, have a bearing influence on that person. That is not ideal. But it is unfortunate thing now that what he condemned that time, he is now the one being accused of committing that thing. What is that? Having overbearing influence on the man who is there today, as if there is something he forgot there while he was in power. You know? And you see, when a man is in power, if he does not exercise that right, he will not have anybody to blame rather than himself. So what is happening, playing out in Rivers State today, that every an average person today in River State or even outside River State in this country can tell you that it's a battle between the current governor and the immediate past governor. And the battle is about the control of that seat. And when you say the control of that seat, you know what it means. It means who gives orders. Who gives orders. And if the person who is there is not seen by the Rivers people as a person who gives orders, then what it means is that he will not even command any influence there. People will not listen to him, you know, and instead people will now be going to Abuja to take directive over what happens in River State. And when you say go to Abuja to get directive, it's not even going to Abuja to get directive from the president. He should go to Abuja to get directive from the former governor of the state. And the question is he the first former governor of that state? Since 1999, we have had Peter Odili on that seat. We have had Rotimi Amaechi on that seat. Today, we have had him also. Today we have Fubara, the fourth person. Where are Rotimi Amaechi and Peter Odili? Are they not alive?
He gave that one a run for his life. When he became the governor of River State, didn't he remember what he did to Amaechi? He banned him from entering River State. That one was struggling for his life. And now he finished his term. He wants to rule another 8 years. You know?
I think
forgetting what he did to his predecessor.
I think what will happen now is that Amaechi will be, wherever he is, he will be laughing. He will say, Rivers people, I told you.
But actually, where I'm entertaining fears in this Rivers matter is that for some time now, it does appear that one section of the state has been ruling River State, Peter Odili, Amaechi, and what do you call him, Wike. And now this person is coming from another, is an German. Is coming from another,
the first time a German is getting there.
And this is happening. So are you not foreseeing some intertribal issue if they succeed in pushing him out? But that's just where my fears are coming from.
Pushing him out, I don't see the possibility, because the laws are there. Even the Rivers people, the Rivers members of the House of Assembly at the Rivers State, who are under the control of Wike, you know, they made the pronouncement that they have decamped. And you know what that means? That if you leave office as a lawmaker, if you leave your party and jump to another party, if you defect to another party while you are a lawmaker, that you are supposed to lose that seat.
Where has that law been applied in this country?
But there's a provision for that.
But
there's a provision that says
applied.
that there must be crisis in your party for you to.
All the people that were shifting from one place to the other, no crisis in their party, and nothing has happened to them. So that's exactly why these people did what they did, and they're still in the House of Assembly.
No, but what will happen now is that, you know, for the first time, we'll have to get the lawyers to be at work now to really give interpretation, because it will result to going to court.
Judiciary again.
You know, going to court to determine the fate of the lawmakers who said to have decamped, you know, and then, you know, another pro Fubara group.
And that's what I want you to look at now. Rivers crisis deepens as pro-Fubara lawmakers elect new speakers.
Yeah.
Do they have two speakers in the House now?
What it means, you know, recently the House of the local government chairmen who are there, a good number of them are loyalists to Wike, and they declare that they made a press conference to say that Fubara is denying 27 local government councils in that River State. So a good number of them made a press conference to say that Fubara is denying them of the fund to the local government that is due to local government, that is starving them of fund to do the work, then, you know, and also they made complaint to the House of Assembly members to take action. Now, and you also remember that there are some bills that the governor sent to House of Assembly, and House of Assembly negated some. Also, there are some bills passed into law by House of Assembly, then sent to governor. Governor did not give us consent to it, did not assent to it. Then the lawmakers give veto to it. You know, so there is a battle there in that state.
Question.
There's a battle there in that state. But then, rule of law will prevail. What is the rule of law on this? It is now time for us to explore the avenues of the law to really interpret these actions of these players. The pro-Fubara group that said to have elected a new speaker. Now, how many are they? Now, do they constitute majority? Also, the question: the lawmakers that said to be loyal to the minister, Wike, that claim to they have majority, as they defected to APC, are they supposed to retain their seat? You see the issue?
It's impunity everywhere.
Are they supposed to retain their seat? So if these are the issues that will come to the forefront, and it will require legal interpretation, and they don't have to go to court.
Okay, thank you. Let's also see the story before we go. Inflation major determination is from the Daily Guardian. From the Guardian newspaper, sorry. Inflation major determinant of living wage negotiations, says NLC. Yes, we have not really talked anything about it. We have heard what Governor Sule said, that's Governor of Nasarawa State, that the governors are not against it, they're going to pay. But now, we have also heard what TUC say. Okay, that was about cybercrime, but this one, let's just talk about this minimum wage negotiation. Trade union kick, demand reversal of cybercrime. This paper is very busy, so many of them, but let's just look at the minimum wage before we go.
Of course, what is their demand? What's the amount now they are demanding?
I think they were saying 510. Why are you laughing?
No, you
My house rent is 1.3 million naira. So if I demand 530,000 naira for minimum wage, is it too much? Cost of living, that's what they're saying. It's cost of living that is determining the minimum wage. It's rising on a daily basis. You can't buy fuel, you can't pay house rent, you can't pay the school fees. The schools are increasing, really university school fees and everywhere.
No, it's really terrible. Okay, assuming that the minimum wage is even, just look at it now. What is the current minimum wage? 33?
30,000.
Take it 30. Okay. Now, assuming that the
30,000 that cannot buy you 10
let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. Assuming that the minimum wage is increased to 100,000 naira, as against 500, they are demanding for. Won't it be okay? At least manageable.
Are we negotiating?
Yeah, well, at least let's negotiate on their behalf.
No,
we are discussing it.
So you want me to manage, me that is productive, doing the job for the nation, and you that is sitting idly in the National Assembly, that you have not even made a one single contribution, you have not even initiated one bill, you collect bags of money at the end of the day or the end of the month and go home, ride the best of the cars, live in the best of the choicest living, and then use billions of naira to refurbish your house. Are we not in the same nation? Are we not citizens of this country? Why must you be up there and I am down there? And you are very unproductive, as a matter of fact. I am the one that is doing the job. Why wouldn't I be paid?
Okay. Do you know what thing? This thing you said now made me to look back to the election period.
People that don't add value to the nation.
You see, we all contributed to it. Whoever that is there is our making. You get? Whoever that is there is our making. Either by our non-partisan position, either by nonchalant position, either by not wanting to know what happens there, and as a result of all this, make them to have their way up there. You know, you said up there, why they are not productive, up there. Now we that are down there now start complaining about the people up there. Why we know that we are the one? Our actions and inactions made them to be up there.
It's not true.
What is required now?
To be where they are. You know what played out in the market.
What is required now for us to do? You see,
to stay where they are.
Okay, now what is required for us to do now is this. Yeah, I agree that there is need for a review of the minimum wage, definitely, because the prices of goods and services have escalated. You see, so we need to support that review, but let us also have this in our mind, that this nation belongs to us, this country belongs to us. That critical decision that is always taken once in 4 years, we should not pay lip service to it anymore. That we should be conscious, make sure that we have our children, our wards, who are at the age of voting, get their PVC, make sure that they have those things. During the election, we all go out there and cast our votes. This is very important.
Thank you.
So that we will not be there at the every time, be going on protest, be going. Why don't we use that energy that we are going for protest? Just mop up that energy, so that when you know that we're doing an election, we'll now take that energy and for the first time put in position the person that will lead us in this nation.
Okay,
and if we do that, we will no longer be complaining, because we know that that person that we put in, we will know that we collectively made it so. We know that when we talk about minimum wage, even if you say 500,000 naira,
we'll pay you 5 million.
Even if you say 5 million, it has to be considered.
Thank you, Comrade Ken Okoli. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have really overshot, but we don't have any regrets, because we just have to talk about this. Thank you for coming, please.
Thank you, but I don't like complaining about the system. I do my best, support my state. At least I believe that if we support our states, with time, we can get this nation better. I have strong belief in this country.
Okay.
Very strong belief in this country. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, do stand by for the next program that we have scheduled for your viewing pleasure this morning, which will be explaining the impact of government agenda on Anambra youth. Do stand by.